People of the Realm. Season 6 is well and truly over, and just as we've waited years for Samwell Tarly to get laid, we've also waited for a certain someone to have a mental bath. Today's video is all about Princess Theona of the Iron Isles, but you might know him better as Theon Greyjoy. Westerosi and Isosi. Fear not the reek of spoilers for those of you who have not yet had the chance to visit the Citadel and read any of those delicious books. This video just contains my ponderings and predictions based on the show alone. The Kraken has come calling, and his name is Theon. In case you've been hiding under a rock or in the crypts of Winterfell like Bran, allow me to get you up to speed with Theon's rather stinky story so far. Theon Greyjoy, last surviving son of Balon Greyjoy and heir to the Iron Isles, has become a shade of his previously cocky cock of a self, ward to honourable idiot Starks after Balon Greyjoy bent the knee to Robert Baratheon in the Greyjoy Rebellion. Now, to say that Theon has grown up with honour is like saying Melisandre has grown up owning a bra. The two just don't go. As we know, Theon's first Stark betrayal was to Robb. Robb sent him to treat with his father, Balon of the Iron Isles, and asked him to bring him and his fleet into the fold. His second betrayal was to his adopted home of Winterfell, where Theon initially captured Bran and Rickon. He used his knowledge of Winterfell and managed to capture it with only 20 good men, if you get what I mean. Then he promptly lost it just as quickly, but not before killing Rodrik, hunting down 2 innocent children who may or may not have been his own sons. He then kills them, tars them, claims that they're Bran and Rickon, and passes them off to the rest of the northern houses. Now, Theon did learn one thing from the Starks, and that was how to be a complete and utter idiot. Whilst attempting to hold Winterfell, he gives a rousing speech to encourage his men who don't like or respect him to die in the face of impossible odds. And he's then surprised when he gets knocked out and handed over. Well, at least they let him finish the speech, it was quite good. Next we see the total demise of Theon and the rise of the Reek. Courtesy of the Bastard of Bolton, a gentleman of the north with a curiosity for sausages and dress up. Don't forget, he began by pretending to be a glorified homeward janitor and rather quickly turned into a fine finger flayer and cock collector. That's why I call his victim Theona. So after a good long while, Theona graduates from Ramsay's kennels and is now a good loyal hound called Reek. Reek, he's weak, and that also rhymes with leak. Sansa Stark arrives and, after being delivered by Peter Baelish, she's promptly married to Ramsay, with Theon playing the part of proud, quivering father. This is part of his third betrayal to the Starks. Reek then watches in horror as Ramsay rapes Sansa Stark on their wedding night, and yet he chooses to do nothing. Over the course of this season, we see Theon finally grow some proverbial stones, and he decides that he's going to get the hell out of Dodge, but firstly he's going to try and attempt to save Sansa. So off they hop. Very literally, they hop off the battlements, off of the walls of Winterfell and down into the snow. Surprisingly, no one's bloody injured, and needless to say, they are pursued by some Bolton men who meet their bloody end when Brienne and Pod rock on up to save the day. Theon then leaves Sansa in Brienne's care and heads back to Pike, and it just so happens that his father has just died. Being in no fit condition to lead, Theon rightly backs his sister in the Kingsmeet. After all, she did attempt to save Theon from Ramsay earlier in the show, if only she wasn't scared of bloody dogs. Now the combined efforts are thwarted by the return of the future king of the Iron Isles, Euron Greyjoy. Now the siblings are on the run, they've stolen the 100 best ships of the Iron Fleet, but they've decided to strike a bargain with the Dragon Queen. So now that we're all caught up, what's next for Theon? Well, simply put, redemption. Having already started on his path by saving Sansa eventually, and then supporting his sister, it's very clear that his torture and the rape of his identity have cured him of a deadly sin, and that's the sin of pride. In his conversation with Tyrion and Dany, he's even apologetic about names he called Tyrion years and years ago. So what part can this Theon play when he clearly devalues himself so much? Throughout the season, I predict that Theon will become the heir to the Iron Isles, and the heir that they would want. Consider now that with 100 ships of their own and countless others of the Alliance, Theon will grow into the sailor he should already have been. Men will begin to respect him, and eventually he'll be given the opportunity to lead. But how is this actually going to happen? Well, his sister Yara is going to die. She's going to die at the hands of an enemy, their uncle Euron, who's already shown that he's not bothered about kingslaying. This will snap Theon out of his torturous days, and he'll step into the power void as Dany will rightfully name him commander of the fleet. Through the season, I'd expect to see Theon and his remaining ships plan and build to an eventual confrontation, and that's going to be with the people who are responsible for Yara's death. But let's be clear, I do not think that Theon can win, but I do think that his eventual self-sacrifice will allow others to win. So that's it for the video right now. The fires of theory grow cold for now. I'm really looking forward to Princess Theona's redemption storyline. What do you think about the video? Do you want to see more of these Character 7 prediction videos? I'd love to hear what you think is going to happen to Theon, or whether you think I'm right in general. As always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and comment, as it really helps the channel and I get to know you lovely bunch. So gather your furs, down your favourite swill and be on your way, but remember, I am the Northlander, you know nothing, and neither do I.